Dear administrators, professors, staff, students and guests, a blessed morning to us all. The famous physicist Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulder of giants." And that is what I also feel today. What we all feel today. Today, we stand in front of giants. Maybe not in stature, but in intellect. For most of us in our batch, it took 6 years to wait for this ceremony. Some might find it almost unbelievable that we are already graduating. Still, thanks be to God for His mercy. After completing all the requirements for this bachelor's degree, I tried to look back on the days when we were still in the pre-novitiate. Most of us had to struggle forming our study habits back then, because apart from we have not brought it with us from high school, our formators, Father Lovell and Father Oji, were watching us every library hour. For those who had their aspirancy days in Calamba, who would ever forget that during those days, we had to wash the utensils, clean up the whole refectory, and rush to Letran Calamba to catch up with the 7:30 a.m. classes. Little do our parents know that those courses are the ones we do our best to attend to. Not only because we can easily give our excuses, but also because brothers find their kalab team in the class. Who would forget Father Atong and his voice, which we would like to imitate as his students in rhetoric and introduction to philosophy. He is also the same professor whom we searched for when we needed sound wisdom in times of crisis. Who would forget getting a flat 1 from Father Val, as long as you attend the afternoon recreation, which serves as our PE classes. But more than that, who would forget him as an understanding formator? Who would forget those days that our tongues have to be twisted back and forth, left and right? Back and forth, left and right. Because we had to learn an alien and dead language called Latin. And because we are from different provinces, a brother's struggle becomes everyone's source of laughter whenever words are mispronounced. Who would ever forget Father Boyet reprimanding the whole class for not taking him seriously? After asking us why one student was absent, kaya nga po tumatak sa isip namin hanggang ngayon kung paano niya sinabi, kapag seryoso, seryoso. As we move forward from Latin 1 to Latin 2 to Latin 3, I told myself that studies are really getting tougher. Literally, this subject made me cry, making me approach Father Liklik, telling him, "Father, bagsak po ako sa mga quizzes ninyo. Baka po isipin ng mga magulang ko na hindi ako nag-aaral." At ang kanyang sagot ay tumatak pa rin sa isip ko hanggang ngayon. "Vince, kayanin mo lang. Dahil ang estudyanteng mapagpursigi ay ang estudyanteng madaling matuto." Kung Latin class lang, magpapahuli pa ba si Brother JT Sontiliano? Who would forget his game Arriba Bajo, which has given us excellent grades as long as we answer his questions correctly. Behind that game, the lesson he wants to teach us is that when we're down, there's no way but up. And when we're up, there's no way but down. Nakakatakot, di ba? Who would forget Father Felix de los Reyes' game shows, which made philosophy fun and simple for everyone's interest. He has taught us since our aspirancy and even became a thesis advisor to some of us. Ayun, Kenneth and Connor. Who would forget Christian ethics with Sister Cecil Baron? Strict as she may be, we thank her for her patience and cheerfulness. Who would forget the professor of professors, Father Enrico Gonzalez? The way he imparts knowledge, the way he talks, the way he walks. We try to acquire them, but his wisdom is incomparable, as if he is the Thomas Aquinas of our time. I just don't know if Aquinas treats his students boxes of pizzas after their final exams. How do we know that we know? I still do not know, honestly. In a way, you can always have Father Rodel as a proof. Who would ever forget theodicy with Father Dagohoy or Father Dagi? At first, we were all intimidated of him, not until he showed us that studying God's righteousness is exciting. Plus, the weekly recollections that we are waiting for, because he relates what we study in our daily experiences. Who would ever forget the educational researches with Father Stephen? Indeed, there were also sleepless nights just to finish those. Who would forget Father Romel, who has persistently required us to make weekly submissions for our thesis proposals? Who would forget Father Max, who definitely sees the best in us, even if he is the #1 critic of our thesis proposals. Nevertheless, he is there to remind us that we are more important than any honor in this world. Who would ever forget mixing anthropology with philosophy if Father Hermel is around? And he is the same person whom I thank God for sending as my advisor to help me with my thesis. To Father Hermel, thank you for disciplining me to read voluminous works and for accomplishing it by offering it to the Lord. Again, to our religious professors, thank you very much. Of course, the studium would not be complete without our lay professors. Sirs, ma'am, kindly stand up to be recognized. To Ma'am Bautista, who had taught several batches of brothers, ma'am, we have done all sorts of strategies to fight the drowse of the so-called holy hour of our afternoon classes. And yet, we still thank you because you have been patient with us, and what we learned has borne fruit in our research papers. Dr. Osenar, first of all, I would like you to know that chemistry and I do not have a chemistry at all. Unlike my classmates, science has always been my weakness, especially when numbers and symbols are present. Nevertheless, we have been looking back to the projects that we made together, and we still laugh at ourselves today, thinking why we crazily did them. Again, ma'am, thank you. Who would ever forget Kongzi, Lao-Tzu, Meng-Tzu, and answering in our diagnostic test, Dao-Ming-Tzu? To the Venerable Master Alfredo Ko, we have learned a lot from you, even if we were challenged by your examinations. But apart from Chinese philosophy, your pleasing personality has made us love you. Thank you. We can kiss you. Most of the brothers must have loved Karol Wojtyła or St. John Paul II because of him. Dr. Aguas, we all thank you for imparting knowledge to us, especially during the modern philosophy subject when we were in 3rd year. If you're late, you either sing or dance. We learn a lot in French, but we learned to love more the professor who taught us how to speak it. Ma'am Chan is not here, but Ma'am Chan, ça va très bien, merci beaucoup. To all our lay professors, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Keep on inspiring students, especially those who aspire to become good priests in the future. And before I continue, may we acknowledge the family members of the candidates. Please stand up. Thank you to all of you, not only for coming here, but for inspiring all of us. To my family, this is an opportunity for me to thank all of you. Lola Mami, Lolo Daddy, Lola Beng, and the rest, thank you for praying with me in this vocation. Thank you for praying with me and my batchmates. It is with great pleasure seeing all of you today. To Vivienne, I just want to thank you for being my sister. Thank you for helping me in my thesis and for calling together the prayer warriors of Paco in Pangasinan during our thesis presentations and comprehensive exams. Carlo, we might have achieved this far, but I still salute you for being the most intelligent among the three of us. If Ate and I can do it, you can too. Always offer your best to the Lord. Nanay, thank you for keeping us healthy. We thank you for standing up for us since we were small. Even if your knees are becoming weak, just to show us that you love us. To my dad, thank you for tirelessly driving back and forth from Paco to Santo Domingo to UP Diliman just to deliver the books I needed for my studies. Just like any fathers, you may not be the best, but you will be the only one I will ever have, and that makes you the best. To my mom, thank you for bringing me forth to this wonderful world. To all our mothers, thank you for bringing us forth to this wonderful world. Thank you for inspiring us to become diligent students and good persons each day. Mommy, thank you for teaching me about God. That's been our topic since we were little kids. I have learned a lot in philosophy, but what I learned at home are a lot more precious. Next, to the whole Dominican family, both religious and the lay, sa aking mga kapatid na student brothers, maraming salamat po. Whatever achievement we have today, this community called by God must be given the honor. To our brothers who have helped us in our studies, mapathesis man or comprehensive exams, or magbigay aliw at busugin kami ng pagkain at pagmamahal, maraming salamat po. To our dear formators, Father Ching, Father Mars, who is not around, Father Rudolph, thank you very much for walking side by side with us in this divine vocation. To my batchmates, may God guide us all to love one another. To Kuya Jeff, Mark, and Joshua, keep on aiming high, meet friends, and be holy in your own special ways. To Kim and Kuya Lawrence, who's in Mindoro right now, nauna lang kami. And we look forward to your graduation day too. To the rest, good luck, because it is a start of a new chapter in theology. God willing, mag-e-exam pa po tayo. Believe that we can exert more efforts and always do things for the Lord. As we come near to the closing of PDCIS, there are plenty of things we will miss. The noisiest library that will surely pass the Guinness Book of World Records. The very patient professors and the personnel with loving hearts. To the lakambini ng PDCIS, Miss Des. Okay. Thank you for joyfully lending us the books we need for our studies. To the ever-friendly Kuya Fer and Kuya Bernard, thank you for your genuine smiles which brightened our school days. To the ever-dedicated Sir Ray, has witnessed the transformation not only of PDCIS but also of the brothers. Thank you very much. To Father Janelle and to all moderators of PDCIS in the past years have also helped us in our journey as student brothers. Thank you very much. For all of you, friends, relatives, and benefactors, who are present here to witness our graduation, thank you very much. Please pray with us that we may persevere. Above all, we thank the Lord for this day. His continuous blessings are overwhelming and enriching. Without Him, we are nothing. Dear God, may they see you in every word we utter, and in every deed we act upon. All glory and honor are yours. May we use our gifts for the mission of saving souls. To all the graduates of PDCIS and Institute of Preaching, congratulations. May God bless us all.